Good afternoon, family. Once again, it's your DC dude. If you are already a subscriber to this channel, I want to welcome you back. However, if you are new to this channel, I recommend that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can stay in the know about where we're going to go. So family, any guesses as to what this video is about today? So a few months ago, I did a little short video bringing awareness to the fact that it was closed in the first place, because I didn't know. It's going on 9 years since it's been closed. So I said I was going to come back and do a more detailed video, a tribute to Spingarn, if you will. And that's why I'm here today. So first of all, Spingarn opened in 1952 as a new and modern segregated school for African American students. So during that time in 1952, when this school was open, it was 2 years prior to the Brown versus Board of Education. And specifically in DC, there was a Supreme Court decision called Bolin versus Sharp that came because when Sousa Junior High was built in Southeast on Eli Place, when that school was built, it was brand new facility. It was like high tech, top of the line, you know, and the African American students that lived in the area could not go there. They had to go miles away to another school. So Bolin versus Sharp was it was part of Brown versus Board of Education. So when this one opened in 1952, they built it specifically as a segregated school for African Americans, because Eastern down the street and Anacostia right across the river, Anacostia High School right across the river, were both white segregated schools. My dad came out of Spingarn in 1958. The very first principal of the school was a man named Dr. Purvis Williams. So he was principal from the time they opened until 1971. So during that time, they gained a reputation for being one of the top black schools in the district. Their enrollment during that time was 1,500 students, almost entirely black, even after it was desegregated. So the doors closed for the final time after the school year of 2012 and 2013 due to declining enrollment and excessive costs associated with modernizing the building, according to the DC school district. The last day of school happened, people walked out. They didn't even lock the doors. Leaving it, you know, prey to just people just going inside and vandalizing the building, you know, taking things. The school was literally abandoned. There's a great video if you want to check out the inside of if you want to take a look at the inside of the school, there's a great video on YouTube by a couple filmmakers. They call themselves Proper People. And they go inside and walk all over the school. And it's just like, it closed one day and no cleanup, nothing. Like, there's still equipment inside. There's papers all over the floor. The gym floor is rotten, where greats like Elgin Baylor and Dave Bing played. And later in the video, we'll get more into the greats that have come out of Spingarn. But it's a shame to see. And just recently, someone just told me a couple of weeks ago that a part of the school was set on fire. Disrespectfully set on fire. You feel me? It's crazy. After it closed, people just would walk right up in the school. But now it seems like they barred the doors and took the handles off the doors. It's like the handles are welded down. No more handle, no more handle. See? In my research of old Washington Post articles, the latest article, I was hoping I found an article that will recently tell me what's going on now with the school. Last article I found, I believe it was February 2020. And the very first words in that article, in quotes, said, "Such a waste." There's waiting lists for people to get in our charter school. 12,000 students, over 12,000 students today, because this article was, 2 years ago, on waiting lists, just waiting for an opportunity to get into a charter school when this building could be used for such a thing. Looking back on this school's history, though, they had it going on when it came to basketball. You hear me? There are a lot of big names that came out, a lot of NBA players. They have played in more city title games than all but one DC school. And they won in 1961, 1980, 1985, 2000. Also played in 9 DCI AA title games and won consecutively for 3 years straight, from 2000 to 2003. And as a matter of fact, if you hang tight towards the end of the video, there's a man named John Jeter who sat down with me yesterday. He graduated from here in 1970. He played baseball and basketball, so he played with some of the greats. Also, prior to the interview, he scrolled through his phones for me and gave me his personal pictures of people that he's had the pleasure of playing with and photos of himself playing sports. So buckle up, family, as we take a look at some of Spingarn's alumni greats. So family, we're inside of Langston Golf Course right now, and I'm talking with a man named John Jeter, who has a history in Spingarn, and I feel like talking to people is, when you get the opportunity, is better than finding it on Wikipedia. Here's a few words to say. He's a busy man, so I don't want to keep him too much longer, but without any further ado, here's John Jeter.
Yeah, how you doing? John Jeter, Spingarn High School alumni. Class is 1970. A proud alumni, I must say. Really love my school. School of champions. School of people with great academic success. From principals to politicians, to entertainers, you name it. You know, they attended Spingarn.
Would you name some players because you yourself played sports, didn't you, John?
Yeah. I was a all-metropolitan baseball player. Also point guard at Spingarn in class of 1970. Stanley Washington, great basketball player, third-round pick of the Washington Bullets. Steve Higgins, who preceded us, went on to Southern Idaho, did some great things in basketball. Actually was a draftee in the 11th grade of the Memphis Tams of the World Basketball Association that really never materialized. And actually was drafted by the Washington Senators as a pitcher. He did all this in 11th grade. Wasn't even eligible to graduate yet, so,
Wow.
that was a feat within itself. We had, great leadership. Frank Parks, football player, administrator. John Woods, head baseball coach, basketball coach, administrator. Mr. Hargrove, and of course our great, Principal Dr. Previs Williams. We had great amount of success with the baseball at Spingarn, as in basketball, in all the sports. But I'm proud because of the fact that we were the high champions, and I think one of the pictures that my manager is going to show you that we're surrounded by the high trophy with Dr. Williams and Mr. Woods and Mr. Hargrove and several of my teammates.
Awesome.
Once again, like I said, very proud to be alumni of Spingarn High School. Try to stay in touch with as many people as possible, and continue to try to spread the good news and the great things that Spingarn has done and has produced.
Have you heard any word about it reopening?
I have heard some word of it. We have a very strong alumni association that's been, really boisterous in our opinion that we need to do something about reopening Spingarn or making it something very historic. I think we're on the National Register.
You are, yeah. They were added 2014, they say.
Yeah, so, we do have some protections there, but I'll be glad when it actually reopens for any purpose whatsoever.
Well, let me shake your hand, Mr. Jeter, because this has been and you know what? I love coming into the Langston Golf Course because you'll find a lot of gentlemen. You'll find history here, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, we're going to close. So, goodbye for now, Spingarn. Because the building itself isn't going anywhere, family. Because it's been added to the National Register of Historic Places in 2014. So, instead of it just sitting here, I'm hoping that the city move on it. It's going on 9 years. It's going on 9 years. I mean, what is the story? If anybody knows the story, please respond in the comments. We would love to know what's going on and what you're going to do about it, because we have tens of thousands of kids that are looking for a good school to be in, to land in, and this building would be ideal, right? But meanwhile, family, you never know where we're going to end up next. So if you want to ride, just click on subscribe.